Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the DRich Show, where we talk anything and everything crypto. Now, here's your host, DRich.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the DRich Show. This is DRich and today is Friday, April 8th, 2022. Happy Friday, folks. I hope that, again, you guys are well and that this video finds you all in good health, good spirits, and good energy as usual. And make sure that you hit the like button on the way in. Thank you guys for tuning into the channel. Okay, and want to make sure that you guys are well acknowledged as always for tuning into yesterday's video and other videos that I've put out here as well. So here on today's video, we're going to be talking about Stellar. I did a little deep dive review on Stellar. We're going to talk a little bit about Jed, Edonkey, and Riaa, which is the Recording Industry Association of America. We're going to talk about that, some of those interesting connections that I come across, and see what is what at the end of the video. So stay tuned for all of that information today, and see where we're thinking, see if we're on to something when it comes to Stellar, perhaps their infiltration of different things. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and look at that. Stay tuned for the coin market cap at the end of the video before we head out for the weekend. Anyway, if you enjoyed the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well. So here we go. Let's go ahead and get right into today's video. All right, so here we are. We're going to start with this right here, folks. This is coming from financialservices.house.gov. This is the testimony of Donnell Dixon, who again is the CEO and executive director of the Stellar Development Foundation. If you guys are not aware of that, this is what I wanted to talk about when we talk about Stellar and their testimony regarding digital assets and the future of finance, understanding the challenges as well as the benefit of financial innovation in the United States. And this was December 8th, 2021. I know that there's been a video of it, and I pointed you all to check that out back when. So there, we want to go ahead and look at the documentation of some of her words under oath. And here, Stellar is the only one that has spoken to Congress in regards to digital assets and things like that. So here, I wanted to go to here. She would like to use the time with them today to cover three topics. First, to share more about the Stellar Development Foundation, the Stellar Network, to give you an understanding of what they do and their role in the blockchain industry. Secondly, to share some of the use cases that are being built on the Stellar Network today that rely on stablecoins and why these financial innovations are important. And thirdly, to comment on the recommendations from the President's Working Group on Financial Markets, which is PWG, and report on stablecoins and its implications to the ecosystem. All right, their organization again is the Stellar Development Foundation, which is a non-stock, non-profit corporation with no shareholders, no owners, and no profit motive. Okay, they are not a charity. They generate revenue, and we pay the state and federal taxes. And their structure requires them to use our assets to support only their mission of creating equitable access to the global financial system, and to do so by using the Stellar Network. And for them to achieve the mission, they focus on their work on a few top priorities, which they shepherd the code base for the Stellar Network, participate in the ecosystem surrounding Stellar, support the growth of the ecosystem, as well as their use cases built on top of Stellar, in addition to supporting global public policy and education around Stellar and the blockchain. Okay, so again, she goes on to explain that Stellar is an open source, permissionless, decentralized ledger, okay, or blockchain network that is optimized for payments. And there is no single entity, including SDF, that controls the code base of the network or its growth. You do not need permission to use the technology, just like the underpinnings of the internet. It is open and ready for use. She said that. Those are her words, folks. It is open and ready for use, and I think that they've been doing brilliant. Okay, and I know that they aim to improve the existing cross-border payment systems for businesses and individuals to utilize such services. For example, the 800 million people, which is about 1 in 9 globally, who are supported by funds sent home by migrant workers. So again, she goes on to talk about a lot of different things here in her testimony. I would encourage you to read this, and I think that being under oath and things like that, and speaking to Congress, letting them know what Stellar is all about. There's a difference, in my opinion, between talking to these folks, getting it on record, being able to demonstrate what this is supposed to do for a lot of different things, a lot of different people. And this is why I kind of starting to adore Stellar a little bit more, because of what they're doing for the day-to-day consumers, peer-to-peer, things like that. This is a growing stablecoin ecosystem. So I'm going to leave that in the description. I want you folks to go ahead and read that. If you can find, more information on it as far as video, I encourage you to read or watch those videos and understand that Danelle Dixon, very sharp lady, meeting with different folks. And, I got my suspicions about, doing different deals and things like that, but I can't control that. I can only see from a different view. And sometimes you got to look at it from, different aspects and be able to roll with it and stuff like that. So anyway, I'm reading this, and I always ask myself, why did Jed leave Ripple? Okay, Jed McCaleb. Okay, I always ask that question. So I come across this Quora, and I'm starting to read this here. I'm pretty sure some of us have read it before. I'm reading, and David Schwartz, CTO at Ripple, and this is back in October of 2017. Jed was the first person involved with the effort that became XRP, and the current version of Ripple. Was the first person he hired to work on the technology, and he was also on Ripple's board of staff and directors during most of these events. So I was there for everything, but obviously I can't say that he is unbiased. What I really found interesting here, instead of Jed McCaleb was instrumental in bringing early investors on board. Investors got stock, or get stock that comes with voting rights. They get board seats, and the board of director votes on company decisions. He owned those investors and his employees' trust and loyalty. Okay, so I guess this is the direction David is going. And instead, he developed a competitor and publicly said everything he could to harm Ripple. He stated reasons for doing so, differences over direction the company should go, which David called childish. Okay, of course, there will be differences over direction. That's why the stockholders get votes. That's why you have a board of directors. Unless you think the company is actually doing something illegal or disastrous, disagreements over strategy doesn't justify publicly trying to harm the company or starting a competitor and betraying your investors. Well, Jed, to me, is very brilliant. As we see, David mentions that he brought all of these people in. Okay, but this is really popped out to me. Unless the company is actually doing something illegal or disastrous. Like, why would he say that? So, I kept thinking, I'm like, why would he do that? And then we have the, Ripple lawsuit, things like that. We also have, that's why I started with Danelle Dixon being under oath with Congress, okay, because there's a different precedence being set when it comes to fighting battles in court versus fighting battles or talking to folks, getting them understood what Stellar is under oath with Congress. So again, XRP did come first, which was 2012. As we can see, you can read all of this stuff here on the side here. They got it created by Chris Larson, Brad Garlinghouse, but the original author, Coinbase, Ripple Labs, and Jed McCaleb here. Okay, they don't like to give Jed too much credit, as you can see. Maybe David is a little biased, and to me, this is where some red flags started going off. Is like, why would David say such things about that? And then, Jed having, what were those differences? I want to know what those differences are in order for him to have left Ripple XRP, do his own project, and start a competitor. Well, I started to look, okay, and then here again, just real quickly, if you don't know, Stellar, July 13th, 2014, okay, a couple years later after XRP, developer, Jed McCaleb, all right, original author, Jed McCaleb. Okay, they got different programming languages than XRP, okay, so there's a lot more going on, to me, in my opinion, with Stellar, as they have these different languages and different utility than XRP. So that led me to looking at Jed McCaleb early on. And then I come across this, which is Edonkey 2000. And this is what allows me to think that Jed is actually a brilliant person, a very bright individual, and very genius in his creativity, what he's able to come up with, the things that he's associated with. So back in this time, Edonkey 2000, nicknamed ED2K, was a peer-to-peer file sharing application developed by U.S. company Meta Machine by Jed McCaleb and Sam Yangan. I didn't look into this guy here, but Jed McCaleb, right, we know him, using the multi-source file transfer protocol, and this client supports both the Edonkey network 2000 and the Overnet network. Okay, on September 28, 2005, Edonkey was discontinued following a cease and desist letter from RIAA, which we're going to get into here shortly. So again, users on Edonkey 2000 network predominantly share large files or tens of hundreds of megabytes, such as CD images, videos, games, software programs. To ease file searching, some websites list the checksums of sought after files in the form of ED2K link. Some of those websites also have lists of active servers for users to update. All right, and here again, it shows you Edonkey 2000 was created by Jed McCaleb, co-founder of Stellar. Okay, was first released back in September of 2000. Okay, was available on Microsoft Windows and Linux as well. Compared to early peer-to-peer file sharing program Napster, Edonkey 2000 features swarming downloads, meaning the clients could download different pieces of a single file from different peers, effectively utilizing the combined bandwidth of all of the peers instead of being limited to bandwidth of a single peer. So again, that's that in a nutshell. I just wanted to put that out there because he's been doing this for a long time, right? And what were those differences with Ripple? I don't know. I still ask myself that question. Maybe, as we know, Ripple is connected to different stuff. Okay, Rothschilds. Okay, the language that David Schwartz uses on Twitter in regards to certain issues or key issues, Twitter, free speech, you name it. You see, look at the donations of Brad Garlinghouse, Chris Larson, who they've donated to over the course of the years. Okay, and some would say that XRP could be a deep state token. Who knows? Who cares? I know what it's designed to do. But at any rate, we want to always point out those truths so that you can always kind of think of the ulterior idea that perhaps Jed McCaleb infiltrated from within. So I look at those from that purview. So this is why I'm going down this rabbit hole. So here is another thing here about Edonkey. You can look at that a little bit more Then I went over here to the Recording Industry Association of America. And I'm just looking at all of this, just kind of going over it. The Recording Industry of America is a trade organization that represents the recording industry in the United States. Its members consist of record labels and distributors that the RIAA says create, manufacture, or distribute approximately 85% of all legally sold recorded music in the United States. RIAA is headquartered in Washington, D.C. 85% of the music being distributed or sold here in the United States is a large number, folks. Large number. Okay, and you know what? And I wanted to just look at it this way. From this perspective, you go down, digital single certification. All right, these guys know how to look at numbers as far as, how do you get a gold record, a platinum, multi-platinum, or diamond. You got to do all of these things here. So I think that they have some sort of idea. I'm not saying that these are connected. This is just my speculation, how to do all of this, right? Here's the certification, things like that. And then here we go down here a little bit more. These guys have tried to stop dudes on YouTube and GitHub to take down stuff as well. All right, and then here we know about non-fungible token takedown. We know about digitized music that's coming along, NFTs. So therefore, these guys are trying to continue to control and corner the market, right? And dominate the market where people are not getting residual income, royalties, rights to their music, things like that. And guess what? These guys went here and did what? They sued Edonkey, okay? In September 2005, officials from the company MetaMachine received a cease and desist letter from the RIAA as a result of the June 2005 Supreme Court ruling MGM Studios versus Grokster, that makers of software that facilitate copyright infringements are liable for that infringement. So maybe during this time, before Jed created or helped create XRP and all of this other stuff like XLM, maybe Jed is using some of these old tricks up his sleeve that were used against him to infiltrate RIAA of America. Okay. I'm just saying this. The only reason why I'm saying this is because here we are. I go to look up this guy here, who is the chairman and CEO, and sometimes you could just know who they are by, what they support, what type of ideology they have. And things like that. So this guy here, I'm not saying this has anything to do with anything, but what it does have to do with it, it just let you know that certain folks are infiltrating these big businesses to bring them down so that we, the people who, like myself, who make videos, I'm not really good at them, but who cares? I'm still doing videos and trying to put out good information. There's other content creators that do not have a share of what they are producing. And like I said, everybody's going to like who they like, and that's fair. Okay, but if we can actually open it up in a way where everybody gets equal, share time, video reviews, and this is why there's different platforms coming out on the regular, so that these folks can reach their projected crowd, okay, or whoever their fans may be. All right, so anyway, this guy here, Mitch Glazer, all right, Republican, and I say that only because this act becomes law signed by President Trump, okay. It establishes structure for paying publishers, songwriters, and other rights owners of mechanical streaming plays. This includes Spotify, which is now sitting on a massive backlog of unpaid mechanicals, much of it without author identification information. So again, these folks are going to come in and repay us for some things, or pay artists, not me necessarily, I'm just saying for these folks. So this is important. Glazier was also instrumental in pushing the MMA Act through Congress. All right, signed into law. So for folks who are not connecting those dots, these are folks who are infiltrating from within to get things spread out to everybody. Okay, and we know a lot of things. I know a lot of things about what goes on in the music industry. They rob them. They take a lot of their work, and they don't really get paid for it. So at any rate, who knows what it is? I'm just speculating. This is just some of the things that I've just thought of. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, who knows? But sometimes you just got to look at things from a different view, and maybe Chad might do something with that information from these guys trying to corner the market. So who knows? We'll see what's what. Anyway, we're going to end it with the coin market cap, folks, before we get out of here for the weekend, where we can go ahead and do something fun, new, and exciting. I hope that you guys are prepared for that. And here we have Bitcoin 41.1% dominance, 19.6% for Ethereum. We got some trending tokens, some biggest gainers, and some recently added tokens to the market with a $2.02 trillion market cap, which is 1% increase over the last day. Bitcoin $43,832.52. Ethereum $3,285.22. BNB $433.83 with USDC $51 billion market cap. As we see Solana $117.40, our beloved XRP at 77 cents. Again, accumulate, acquire when you can and how you can. I don't know what your situation is looking like, but we want to make sure that you are acquiring as much XRP as possible. And folks, again, this is never financial advice. What I speak here on the channel is only my review, the way I look at things, and what I'm doing here on my end. So don't ever take what I'm saying as financial advice. Just use discernment when I say certain things that could be wrong and outlandish. Anyway, Cardano at $1.08, Terra Luna $100 even, with a couple pennies, 62 cents on the back end. AVAX $89.64, rounding out that top 10 with DOT at $20.27. Trying to get a little spark going with that new link to the Stellar Network, by the way. So anyway, we want to take a little stroll down here, looking at some of these assets. Okay, really good. 80 cents, 21 cents for Stellar. Algorand 80 cent there. H-bar 21 cents, almost 22 cents there. What else do we got here before we get about Flow $6.45, IOTA 75 cents, almost 76 there. Here on the daily, Cello $3.74, Gala 22 cents, Quant 127. You can use discernment when getting into the market. I always encourage you to dollar cost average. Make sure that you write down your entry points so that you know when there's a time to take profit or a need to take profit. Shave some to the side, put it in USDC, a stable coin. Get some return on your investment with Power Piggy over on BitTrue there. There's a link in the description for you folks if you don't have BitTrue yet. And if you don't have your Lobster wallet, there's also that in the description as well. So anyway, we're going to end with XTC. I know that Go Pasteur had mentioned WTK. Those are some assets that I know that will be huge. I know that yesterday when I looked at WTK, 29 cents. And I was buying that stuff at 8 pennies, loaded up on it. And I'm still going to continue to dollar cost average in WTK and XTC anyway, 5 cents, 5.5 pennies, folks. Go ahead and load up on it. Do your due diligence and make sure you keep being consistent, working out those goals. Have a wonderful weekend, folks. And again, I hope that you do get to do something fun, new, and exciting. And if you are able to do that, make sure you spend quality time with those folks that you love. God bless, take care, and as always, treat everyone with class, dignity, and respect. Bye-bye.